live from the Tenebrae server, is the award-winning DC News. With Disbanded Crow, Stanley, Weather, and Timmy, Sports. We bring them to you now, live. Good afternoon, I'm Disbanded Crow, coming to you once again from the Tenebrae server. The actual news front will be rather light this week, as most of this episode will be overseen by Timmy as he discusses the Storm games. Before that, however, we have a special guest this episode, Cartographer Crow.
Hello there, my name is Cartographer Crow, here once again at the DC News studio. Not only is the guest room still located within the basement, they also seem to have blown out the back wall for some reason. I feel quite welcome. Nevertheless, I'm here because there's been a lot of map activity on the server. 2 glorious pieces of map art have been created this week over at Different Love's giant map art platform. One of them being an adorable picture of her pup, and the other being the emblem of this fantastic land. Aside from that, I've also managed to convince a traveler from another dimension to appear and take in some of the sights that the Tenebrae server has to offer. This traveler's name is Roll Initiative, and I hope that we see more of her.
We mentioned in the last episode of DC News that the lone mage, Captain Reich, would soon be setting up some markets of his own. These markets are now in place, yet are not completely open to the public at this very moment. Currently, he has a food stall and a fabric stall. The fabric stall containing dyes that were sourced within California. The herbalists, and more specifically Kavagram, their archmage, have been seen constructing a tree. One could argue that this tree is perhaps slightly larger than most others. But tree. Nothing we haven't seen 1,000 times before. There are trees all over the place. And before we move to Stanley, let's hear from Mailman Crow. Hello, yep, Mailman Crow here, at the only place I ever go, the California Post Office. We have only one new letter this week. I can't say for certain, but I believe it's been written by Mr. Steelio Kills. I mean, he didn't actually write his name anywhere, but I mean, who else would write this message? It reads, Dear Secret Admirer, I have no idea what you are trying to pull. I saw these messages before, but I just took it as a fan mail. Unfortunately, you have escalated this to be far more than just a celebrity crush. I'd like to challenge this person to a duel, to settle this once and for all. Time and place to be discussed later. See you at the end of my sword. So that's quite interesting, huh? Oh, well, I mean, well, please don't fight over me, gentlemen. I mean, that would be unnecessary. Moving on, let's hear from Stanley for the weather. That's a good point, Stanley. That is quite concerning. Before we move to Timmy for the Storm Games commentary, we do have one final piece of news to go over. Today, which is January the 23rd of 2021, is Adam's 26th birthday. We are unsure as to how this is happening, but it seems that for this special day, Adam's influence is spreading to most of the other residents within the Tenebrae server. This is forcing them to morph into a sort of Adam hybrid or chimera. It is unclear if this is painful or not, however, but it is quite disturbing to look at. And now on to Timmy for the Storm Games news.
Well, hi there. My name's Timmy, and I'm here to go over just the most longest segment of the sports at DC News that there ever has been. I'm so excited to do this. It's sports. It is Storm Games time. Now, you might notice that this here segment is going to be maybe a little less scripted. Now, that's partially because there's so much to go over. There's so much to commentate on. But that's also because I, Timmy, have had a little bit to drink. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie to you. Had about
a little bit of wine. Don't worry about me. Now, we're gonna commentate. I'm gonna sit down, commentate. There might be mistakes, there might be problems, I say, but don't you worry none. We're gonna get this done. Alright, let's do it. Alright, well, this first one, Hispanic Crow versus Different Love. Now, Reporter Crow is the one that came into this fight. You might be wondering why that is, because, of course, you know, in the initial Storm Games little episode thing we did, but there was a wrestler crow there. Well, we found that he wasn't doing such a good job. He was a bit of a failed clone, so to speak. He was having some troubles. He did not do very well in the games, and he also made some sort of weird, maybe perverted comment towards Different Love? I don't know. Anyway, we ended up decommissioning him, and by that we mean we killed him. So, defective clone, that's just what happens to him, you know? Anyway, let's go ahead and Stanley's over watching everything, of course. He's very upset, he's not sure who to root for, but they begin, Hispanic Crow and Different Love, by shooting some arrows at each other. It's pretty amazing, pretty sharp shooting. Different Love is, now if you don't know, these games here, this arena type situation, you need to have first of 3 kills. Now, they're shooting each other, and Different Love isn't sure what to do. She's pinned down, and she starts swinging. She starts swinging real bad. And Hispanic Crow, they're meleeing. Oh, some difficult things to watch here, folks. The Hispanic Crow they're swinging at each other, getting some nice little cuttings going on, little battles, and all Different Love's down. Wow. Okay, so that's 1 to Hispanic Crow, Reporter Crow specifically. Now we're gonna fast forward the tape a little bit to get to where we're ready again, and here's round 2. Now, Different Love, she shoots an arrow, and Hispanic Crow, he shoots one right back. And he lands his right in her shoulder. Oh, that looks painful. Jeez. Alright, they're shooting each other. Now, I don't know, you know, I for one, I certainly love how death works in this game. It's beautiful. Splantastic. But, it's not permanent, so that's good. And, shooting, oh, she's ready for a fight. Different Love, she's going after Reporter Crow with a gusto. Oh, and she's down again. Oh, okay. Well, that's 2 for Reporter Crow, and we're getting ready. I'm just going to take another bit of my drink here as we go for. Okay, here's round 3. Hold on 1 sec. Excellent. Now, Reporter Crow's aiming a shot, and he shoots, and they're shooting. Oh, they're still shooting. So much shooting going on. I have a feeling that's how most of these games go, just a lot of shooting at each other with bows. Now, one thing I will say, you know, Stanley this entire time, he was whining and moaning. He wasn't sure who to root for. Technically speaking, he's employed by Reporter Crow, but also, Different Love, this is the love of his life. Now, if I was him, I would always say, you know, romance is the most important thing. And it seems like Different Love here she's not sure where to go. She sort of went around the tower a bit, and she's trying to shim and shammy all over the place. I don't know. Hispanic Crow gets on top of the tower to try and shoot at her. Oh, he missed, but my God, it sure is beautiful. Well, what I was saying was, you know, love. That's what I would vote for. Love. Not Different Love, but love in general. And, I don't know. Stanley is a special character. They're shooting each other, and they're swiping. Oh, they're swiping now. Okay. Alright. Here we go. They're going after, and stab, and oh, and Hispanic Crow's down. Oh, snap. Okay. So, that leaves 2 to Reporter Crow, and 1 to Different Love. Well, how about that? It's not going to be a clean sleep or, what's the word? Clean sweep or anything. Anyway, here's the next round. Different Love, Reporter Crow. coming out of their holes, and they're facing off against each other, okay? And they're ready in arrows and shooting. Oh, okay, there they go. And my God, so much death, so beautiful. Oh, I really gotta say, who's that in the background that's watching them? That's Medic, I think. Massive Medic. Good for him. Oh, and he fell down. It looked like, I don't know if you saw that in the background, but he fell down accidentally. That's fine. You know, happens. Anyway, they're shooting each other. Oh, Love's running away. Seems to be, at least, and Reporter Crow's shooting. Oh, I think Medic must have slept. I think that's what he was doing. Maybe he didn't fall down. Okay, my bad. I didn't mean to assume a slip and fall. Anyway, so different Loves going around the tower there, and Reporter Crow's just following her. And, it's a loop-de-loop, folks. I don't know. Lots of running around. Oh, shooting, getting some shootings in. That's how it goes. A lot of shootings. And, now, I feel, well, that makes Love fall down. Now that means, I think that means that, Reporter Crow is the winner of this one. Oh, boy, Stanley, he must feel so conflicted. Yeah, I think, so there's a crow drone here flying around, and I don't have much control over it, but, you know. Anyway, Love's just standing there in disbelief. And there we go. Alright, let's see who's next, shall we? We got Mind Grinder versus Jar Boys. Jar Boys! Alright, let's get this done! I'm sure my boy Jar Boys... Oh, look at the crowd we got going on here. Wow. Oh, jeez. I don't know. Wow. Alright, such a view. Alright, let's get this started. Mind Grinder versus my sweet and scrumptious man-to-man's Jar Boy. Alright. Well, so, looks like Jar Boy's shooting. I think he gets first damage, because of course he did. And, Jar Boy's, he's just shooting and dodging and shooting. Let's get the camera around here, and... Yeah, alright. They're fighting over this pond, river thing? Yeah, river. I think that's the right word. And they're fighting. And now, you might notice that Mind Grinder jumps around a little bit. Oh, and whoa, Mind Grinder is down. Now, so that means 1 to Jar Boys. Now you might notice that Mind Grinder jumps around a little bit. Now I think that's due to Jar Boys' mental state. He's so focused, he can see things. Now, technically speaking, we are granted the crow drone that gets this is doing something where it can see everything based on Jar Boys' perspective. Now, I think that means because sometimes Jar Boys, you know, his mental abilities grant him such strength that everything runs a little slower than normal. So, that's just what happens sometimes. Now they're stabbing each other and shooting arrows, and that's Mind Grinder down again. Okay, that means 2 to Jar Boys, 0 to Mind Grinder so far. Now, as a member, or as a citizen, I should say, of Crowlifornia, I think, in Crowlifornia being technically speaking Night Sorcerer land, I think that means that he's not really my Archmage, but he is my king or something. I don't know what Big E was doing down there, but alright. I have no loyalty to him. I don't know him very well, but you know, they're stabbing and they're stabbing, and Mind Grinder's down again. Wow. Well, I guess that means that, of course it does. My beautiful man, Jar Boy's here. He wins this round. Beautiful. You love to see it. You love to see it. Alright, let's see who's next, shall we? We have my man Jar Boys against It's No Big E. Alright, let's do it. Boy, oh boy. Alright. Now, okay, Big E, he gets the first couple shots. That's alright. Jar Boys, he can take that just fine. They're running around a little bit, and Big E is taking the coward's approach and hiding behind stuff. But Jar Boy's my beautiful, beautiful sunshine that he is. He's going after him. He's full frontal attack. Arrows, swords, he can do it all. Absolutely. Going around stuff and stabbing, and then oh, that's Big E down. Of course he is. So that means that it's no Big E. Is well, it's 1-0 in favor of Jar Boys. And Jar Boys. Oh, what was that? Was that an arrow from the audience? I think it might have been. Well, that's not cool. Not cool at all. Wow. Very aggressive, I gotta say. That is not how this game is played, folks. Really not. I don't know who did that. I don't know what that was. But anyway, did you see that? That was another arrow from the audience. And another one. I think that's Steel. I know that Reporter Crow likes him and all, but he does not play dirty. Or he does not play cleanly, I suppose I should say. And, wow. I think this goes to show that the Archmage oh, wow. So, I think that what just happened there was, it's no Big E, just, killed Jar Boys. Or Jar Boys killed It's no Big E, I mean. And then Steel, from the audience, killed Jar. And I think that we're deciding that means that this round is null and void. Now, I don't know if that's fair. You tell me, viewer. I think that Jar Boys definitely should have gotten that kill, but, whatever. It just goes to show how unfair the Archmage of the Storm Masters can be. And, now they're shooting each other again. Now, I know that Reporter Crow likes him. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure he's fine. He's just, this is kind of, he stunts, he pulls, and that's not cool. That's all I can say. So they're fighting. A Jar Boy is stabbing. And Big E is also fighting right back, swinging his sword. But, lots of running around this tower, and down. Down he is. Down he goes. So now that means, that it's no Big E, is at 0 still, I think, and Jar Boys is at 2. So, now we're fighting again. Stabbity, and shooting, and lots of crazy stuff happening here. Now, Jar Boys, he's shooting his arrows, and he's going around the tree. Oh, look at that. That was almost poetry in motion, going around that tree. And they're stabbing some more. And there he goes down. Now, if no Big E loses, so Jar Boys, of course he does. My hero, my light of my life, he wins. I'll see who's next. The Archmage of Stormmasters, Mr. Steel Kills versus the real Iglesias. Let's get this done. Alright. Now, Jar Boys, my beautiful man, he's still being our little, our eyes here, so to speak. That's why I seen on that tree. And, Real and Steel, Real Steel, that's what they call them, that duo. They're running around, and they're shooting arrows. Now, Real gets quite a few shots in. Good for him. Absolutely. And Mr. Steel Kills, he's running around. He's taking a lot of arrows, but he's not dying. Now, if you look at him, he looks kind of like a porcupine, based on how many arrows he's got in his little body there. But, nevertheless, Real goes down first. And that means that Steel has 1 point, and Real, well, he's got 0. However, I believe that Real can pull this through. If you ask me, I think that, don't mind me, I'm just opening up a second bottle of wine. It's what we do here in California, and we're just, Real, he's got stabbed. And he's defending himself with a bow and arrow. Very bold strategy. But they're swinging. Bow, and Real goes down. Oh, dang. Alright, well, that means 2 to Steel. And 0 to Real so far. That's a real bummer. Don't mind me. Just pouring my wine into my cup. You might be wondering, how do I drink wine when I can't hold a cup? And I don't have a mouth with which to drink. Well, if you're asking that question, that just shows how little you know about blue flame biology. Anyway, I don't know quite what's happening here. What's going on? Steel is running around while Real is sitting on top of that tower, aiming real careful like. And Steel's running around some more. A lot of running around. I don't know what tactic this is, but I mean, maybe it'll work out for him. I mean, he's already 2 ahead. I suppose you might as well go crazy and try anything when you're so far ahead. And he's running around. Still, you know, definitely not making any attacks. Oh, and they're fighting. Okay. Quite quick little swipe before running away. Seems strange, but you know, that's what we do, I suppose. Sometimes the best offense is running away. Anyway, they're fighting, they're stabbing some more, and well, that means Real goes down. That's 3 to Mr. Steelio kills. Well, good for him winning this round. What do we got next? Alright, I get it, Crow Drone. Let's move on to the next one. Alright, let's see. Oh, so this is Sky Wars. This is the Fire Nation versus the Storm Masters. We're kind of doing this in like a chronological order type situation. Now, specifically this one here is, the Crow Drone is using the eyes from Different Love. So you might notice that we don't show a whole lot of the other side of this arena, so to speak. Well, and that's because, you know, well, there's Different Love couldn't see him, so, you know, we couldn't see him either. Anyway, we got Lighthouse and whatnot, Fire Nation. So Different Love seems to be protecting the home base, and Medic, he goes right into the Lighthouse to try to get some what do you say, loot and whatnot. So here comes Mr. Steelio Kills, and it's no big E. And Massive Medic, he must have fell down at some point, because here he is back, and there goes Steel. Of course he does, he goes right down. Slips and falls, trips, what a strange thing to do. Massive Medic, he's trying to tower up, and but Big E, he's not trying to show, he doesn't want to make people think he's overcompensating, but he's going higher up. No Big E doesn't know what to do, so he jumps over, he's making some more tower, and he's coming over slowly, trying to get that flag. This is a, I don't know if you know this, this is a capture the flag style game, and they're fighting, and they're stabbing. Different Love is trying to defend. She has blue on, and it's no Big E. Well, he's trying to intimidate her by standing on the roof, just like Santa Claus, and stabbing and stabbing. Different Love ain't having none of that. She is protecting her little house very fiercely. Very fiercely. No Big E has no choice but to retreat a little bit, it looks like. And what do we have here? We have Massive Medic is back, and Mr. Steelio Kills is, well, he's running around collecting more wool, trying to make a little bridge. Would you look at this? This is kind of like some modern art piece. This looks pretty crazy. Wow. What do you think it says about society and death? Wow, and as they move, it just gets more complex. Beautiful, really. Anyway, let's go move back, and Mr. Steelio Kills is, now he's on the roof. Different Love, I don't even know if she knows that he's there. Oh, but he jumps down, and they're swiping and fighting. Oh no! Oh, they fall down. That means that Steelio Kills, oh, he grabs a flag, and well, they disappear for a little bit because Different Love's perspective. Anyway, Mr. Steelio Kills he has the flag, I think, and he gets on, and he's running onto the modern art piece, and he's running away. Excellent. Now, I think that this means, well, historically, this game was only just, like, to whoever got the flag, but I think here they decide that they're actually going to do a best of 3. Okay, so here they clean up their modern art piece. They're speeding up the footage, and we're clean that all up, and they decide, all right, we're going to do best of 3. So here we go. This is round 2, and the Stormmasters have 1 point. All right, so Massive Medic, he jumps across. He's into the tower, and out comes It's No Big E. He jumps, he bridges, I suppose, onto this little ledge that Medic left as Different Love tries to clean up the little wall there, and It's No Big E, he just comes on over. Now, as he comes close, Different Love tries to swipe at him, and he's confused. He doesn't know what to do. He punches her with a wool block, and then he draws a sword and runs away. Medic ain't having none of that. He stabs him. He stabs him repeatedly until he falls off. And here comes Mr. Steelio Kills. And he dies immediately. Now, Medic runs to the other side of the thing to go try and capture their flag. It's pretty beautiful. Such teamwork. And Different Love, she gets rid of that bridge, and she extends it as Massive Medic. He returns, suddenly donning gold armor. I don't know where he got that, but he returns, and the Stormmaster's falling behind, but not too late. He got that flag. Now, that means that the score is currently 1 to the Stormmasters and 1 to the Fire Nation. Okay, so this game, I don't know if this is... You'll find as the footage goes on, I don't know if this is like the first time this has happened or anything, but this game here was so long that they ended up having to call it due to a lack of supplies. So we'll see how that comes. I don't know how we'll display that quite, but so it's here that Different Love is on the island protecting the thing, as she does, and she's receiving shots from arrows. And look at this. Now, this is the biggest brain move I've seen during these Skywars games. I have not seen this yet. Different Love is blocking off all the flags with wool. That's amazing. I've never seen that before. Anyway, she's receiving arrows from up there. I believe that's It's No Big E. Now, you can see that tower is just on the precipice of her vision as he disappears and comes back. But It's No Big E is there, shooting arrows at her. And she's making him, she's dodging and weaving. If Stanley were here, he would be so jealous over how It's No Big E is making her dance. It's truly spectacular. Medic's here. He must have fallen down at some point, or died, I suppose. And Medic bridges over, and Different Love closes that bridge. Now, here you can see the Stormmasters creating a bridge from the second story of the lighthouse to go over to their thing. And here Massive Medic returns. I don't know if he fell or what again, but here he is. And Massive Medic, he tries to stab at Big E. Big E's confused, and he falls. Oh, no, not yet. Oh, and he falls. Big E is down. Now, that is truly sad. Truly sad. I like Big E. He's okay. He's no Jar Boys, but he's alright. Anyway, Mr. Steel, Kills is there, and he falls down, and he stabs Different Love. And, I don't know, they're just, lots of stabbing, lots of fighting. Now, I don't know why Steel didn't just turn around and try to get the flag, considering that, well, he runs away, really. They didn't try to get it. Seems like that would have been the opportune time, considering Medic had already fallen down. But, you know, alright. Anyway, Mr. Steelio Kills, he runs into the lighthouse, and Different Love isn't sure what to do, but, oh, here they come, running on the bridge that they made, and they jump down. Jump down to that house, they stab her. They start fighting. Lots of blood, lots of fighting. And they're fighting, and Medic and Steel, wooden swords drawn, and Steel dies. Steel goes down. Alright. Not yet. Nope, still 1v1, folks. They're fighting, and what do we got going on here? It's No Big E tries to tunnel in, but he gets double teamed by Medic and Different Love, and they fall down. So sad. Tragic, really. Anyway, Different Love patches up that hole as Medic runs down, and here comes Steel again. And he goes back. I don't know why he goes back, but he goes back. And he's indecisive, it seems. And, yeah. Anyway, so it's at this point that I believe they start running out of materials. See, Different Love even has to dome the enemy collars because they're starting to run out of materials. So they're deciding, hey, we can't keep going this game. This game is going on too long. And look, even It's No Big E is missing like a chest plate and leggings. So, Big E's up on the house, on the rooftop, just like Santa Claus, just like I said. And Different Love, I don't know if she knows it. I think she knows it. Yeah, she definitely knows it. Okay. And Big E, out stabbing, little stabbing happening. Little friendly stabbing. Medic comes back to kick him off, and followed by closely by Steel. And oh, Medic dies. And he was carrying the flag, I think. Medic, he respawns immediately and starts running back, and he stabs, and he stabs, and he kills Mr. Serial Kills. And there he goes. He has the flag. That means 2 to the Fire Nation, 1 to the Storm Masters. And because they run out of materials, they decide that that's going to be it. Beautiful. That's the end. Alright. Phew, who do we got? Oh, we got, Night Sorcerer Crow versus Mind Grinder. Well, isn't this something? This is, so you may or may not know this. Look at this crowd we got. We got Stanley and Different Love, and Kavagram even. Beautiful. And you may not know this, but Night Sorcerer Crow was appointed the War General by his Archmage, the Mind Grinder. Now, because he's the head of war for the Night Sorcerers, maybe that'll give him the upper edge he needs to defeat his Archmage in battle. They're starting off with shooting some arrows. Don't mind me, just having another drink. They're stabbing each other. Very aggressive. And Mind Grinder goes down. So that means Night Sorcerer Crow, he gets 1 point. Now, I don't know if you remember this, but Reporter Crow said it at one point. All the crows have at least some sort of combat experience and magical ability. We don't quite understand why Wrestler Crow, the one that was designed for actual fighting, was so bad at it. But, you know, at the very least, the other ones seem to be doing well. I mean, Reporter Crow's doing well. Night Sorcerer Crow's doing okay so far. I mean, well enough that he became the War General for the Archmage of the... See, look, there he goes. Mind Grinder's down again. That means 2 to the Night Sorcerer Crow. Beautiful. Quite spectacular. So anyway, we're continuing this fight. We're going to keep going. And Mind Grinder and just Night Sorcerer Crow, they're fighting some more. They're going on some more. They're fighting, shooting arrows. Lots of arrows. Going back and forth. They keep shooting arrows. It's really spectacular. Now, he's using the tower as a defense point. I don't know if that's quite the wisest move, but it's the move that he has. And they're as Mind Grinder comes to try and do melee, Night Sorcerer Crow is intimidating him, I think, and stabbing a little bit. Now, Mind Grinder tried to get the high ground, but Night Sorcerer Crow ain't having none of that. They're fighting, and Mind Grinder's trying to retreat. He's trying to retreat. So sad, so upsetting, really. He's trying to eat a little bit, but Night Sorcerer Crow isn't giving him time to fully consume that golden carrot. Oh, but nevertheless, Night Sorcerer Crow falls. Sometimes it happens, folks. He's not Army Crow. He's not built for lasting combat. And anyway, so that means 2 to Night Sorcerer Crow, 1 to Mind Grinder. And they're fighting some more, shooting some arrows. Disbanded Crow decides to take the high ground on top of the tower and try to shoot at his Archmage. And arrows are flying back and forth. such aggression, such beautiful bloodshed. I cannot believe it. Truly, I am so appreciative of the Storm Masters for making this thing and a place for me to hang out and enjoy death. Alright, well, so that's Mind Grinder. He's down. That means Night Sorcerer Crow wins. And now we have, yes, the Halcinator versus Medic. Massive Medic. Alright, let's get it done now. Hulse and Medic, they're shooting each other. That seems to be the way that these things go, really. Lots of shooting, lots of... when the Halcinator gets down pretty fast. It's pretty alarming, actually. Okay, alright. So that means 1 to Medic. 1 to Medic. Alright, so they're fighting, they're going around this thing, and they stab, and they stab, and they stab, and they stab again. Stabbity stab. Oh, and Halcinator goes down again. Boy, oh boy, wow, okay, 2 to Medic, wow. He is quite impressive with his powerful PvP skills. I gotta say, I think that we're really gonna have to talk to him, see what his secret is. Anyway, they're shooting, and they're shooting some more. Halcinator is, he's trying to jump while shooting at the same time. That's an advanced technique, but they're stabbing some more. And so much stabbing that Halcinator is, they're having some trouble there, and some stabbity, and Halcinator goes down again. Wow, 3 straight kills. I think that's the first full clean sweep we've seen so far. Well, let's move on then, I suppose. Oh yes, alright. We have my beautiful man Jar Boys versus Massive Medic. Well, based on what we just saw, I gotta say, I love my man Jar Boys, but I really hope that he can make it through this. Alright, anyway, they're shooting at each other. Pretty aggressive, I gotta say, and different loves there in the background watching over. Pretty crazy. Anyway, yeah, so you might have saw that the footage just fast forward a bit. I believe that was because Jar Boys lagged out some, but that's okay. And Jar Boys goes down. Oh man, alright. Well, I gotta say, Jar Boys, I hate to see you lose, but I love to watch you die. Anyway, there he goes down, and so that means 1 to Medic. Jar Boys is dodging and weaving, and Medic is trying to catch after him. They're fighting and they're stabbing, and Medic is going on the defensive now and running, and oh wow, what a battle, what a dodge and weave, and such a beautiful fight. They're going all over the place. It was honestly, I think the Crow clone was having some trouble, or the Crow drone, that is, was having some trouble following these guys. They're running around so much. But yeah, running around, stabbity, and Medic goes down. That's 1 to 1, I think. So, alright. Let's get this on. So, yeah, hey, you know, at the very least, there was not a clean sweep. So, there's shooting and they're stabbing, and they're stabbing and they're shooting. Running around, Jar Boys goes down. Oh, alright, no worries. That's 2 to Medic. 2 to Medic, 1 to Jar. Okay. Well, that happens. You know, hey, sometimes you gotta take the good with the bad. And, there's... Medic is trying to get real close. Excuse me. Medic is trying to get real close, and Jar Boys is trying to feed him off with... Oh, Jar Boys goes down. Alright. Well, I suppose that means that Medic wins. Wins this round. Alright. No worries, Jar Boys. Hey. That's alright. Next we have Reporter Crow versus the Halcinator. Alright, let's get this done. You know, in the Halcinator, that kind of sounds like a wrestler name, honestly. I mean, this ain't wrestling, of course, but, you know, even so. Halcinator comes in running fast and hot, and they're trying to shoot off some arrows at each other. That's alright. Reporter Crow is not having any of that. He's trying to hold them off with the arrows, but ooh, it's a tough one. Oh, they're trading blows. Even through that tiny little slot in that barricade they got there, and the Halcinator comes in fast and hot with the melee. Reporter Crow, gets the first kill. Alright. Looks like no Big E's there, spectating, and Different Love, and a couple other people. Was that Jar Boys and Medic? Alright. So, cool. Alright, so, Disbanded Crow, he comes on out. Halsinator, he's, I don't know if that's legal. I don't know what that was. Fireworks going off. I don't think that's good. Anyway, they're shooting each other. And lots of shooting. Lots of, blows going back and forth. Halsinator comes around the tower, dodging and weaving his arrows, and he stabs. Oh, and he stabs some more. Lots of damage going on to Reporter Crow. Reporter Crow crosses to feet. Oh, and there he goes. Now, you might be wondering, what is that? Well, I think Reporter Crow was being a little silly. He didn't set his spawn point correctly, so we just had to, fast forward 15 minutes. Anyway, Halsinator and Disbanded Crow, they're fighting again. Lots of arrows going back and forth. Lots of arrows. And Halsinator is drawing his bow. Disbanded Crow, Reporter Crow, drawing their bow. Arrows back and forth, making each other look like pincushions. And they're stabbing some more, and I think down goes Halsinator. So now we're 2 to Disbanded Crow, and 1 to Halsinator. Alright, so, that crow technology, obviously, Reporter Crow was not designed with combat in mind, but even so, he's doing pretty well against this guy, this Joker-looking character. And arrows are flying back and forth. So much aggression, so much anger, and I love it. I love to see it. Disbanded Crow, Reporter Crow's getting a lot of arrows in him, and he's getting stabbed a bunch. Reporter Crow, oh, he tries to flee, but he dies. He dies. Now, so that's 2 to 2. This final round is going to decide who gets it, folks. Who's going to be the winner? This is the closest match we've seen so far in this entire, well, not entire competition, but in the footage that we have, at least. And, they're shooting each other. Ooh, it's dangerous. It's risky. Halsinator comes in hot with a stabbing sword, and he kills Reporter Crow. Well, that leaves the Halsinator as the winner. Well, congratulations to him, finally beating the Crow.
Alright, well that's about all the footage that we had to show off today. Storm games aren't quite over just yet, but we're getting close, folks. We're getting close. Well, I'll leave you guys now, so be sure to like and subscribe and comment. All that fun stuff. We'll see you guys in the next episode of the DC News.